Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and kind of let you know that I saw the first minute or so that Netflix or the Netflix features YouTube page put up of the new G5 My Little Pony movie. And I have to say that, first of all, the animation looks spectacular. It definitely feels like it's a hybrid animation style of new, of what, we're going to have for the characters as far as like movements and stuff like that is concerned, and facial expressions. And it also feels like it's, part G4, like just, some movements and expressions, from G4 that were brought in to mix within the new expressions and stuff that they have for G5. So, again, I love the animation style. I love the the fluidness, if you will, of the style that we're getting. So, I'm really digging that. Honestly, I actually like the scene that they provided with us, the interaction between Izzy and Sunny. Um, I love the fact that, again, like anybody has pretty much pointed out, Izzy is pretty much the G5 interpretation of Pinkie Pie. Like, she's got the creative side of, let's say, Rarity and Pinkie all mixed into one. So I love that. I love the fact that she's just so innocent, and I guess some people would say adorable and stuff. And she fits right into that Pinkie Pie mold of a character, to where she's just, obviously she's got some spontaneity to her that, really makes her, even before, her official debut in the movie happens, makes her an instant fan favorite. Sunny, to me, definitely plays the role of a Twilight-like character very well. Um, at the same time, because even though she's excited that she has, and shocked as well that she has a unicorn in her house, she also knows it's because of the situation they're currently in, that it's kind of a bad thing. But she has so many questions. But you also can see that she's a little tentative around Izzy, because when Izzy, points out that they look the same, although exactly the same kind of species, except she's a unicorn, she has the horn, and Sunny's just an earth pony. Sunny's very like weary when Izzy points the horn and says, we're about the same except for this. And Sunny's like, whoa, whoa, watch where you aim, that kind of deal. And Izzy's like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I don't want to get zapped or anything, but you probably knew that because you could probably read my mind. So you definitely get basically a hint, a tease, if you will, of the dynamic friendship, closeness that these two are going to have in the film. So I'm really enjoying that. And again, Sunny, to me, just out of this clip, plays the role of a Twilight-like character very, very well, because again, even though she's kind of weary, she's excited and she has a lot of questions. In fact, she even has a notebook, up and she even basically, I should say, has a notebook up and ready to want to get some questions answered, that she has for Izzy, because this is the first time she's encountered a unicorn, and even to extent have the unicorn in her house. Now, the other thing I will say about this one setting too, even though it ran for a minute, speaking of Sunny's house, we look, we get a good look inside, and we can definitely tell that this version of Equestria, this world, this time frame of Equestria takes place so many years, if not centuries, generations in the future, that it's not to reason that characters like, let's say, Twilight here and her friends are of myth and legend. Maybe, like, the stories are true, but some of the adventures that they had gone on in Generation 4 have become nothing but myth and legend, if you catch my drift. Like, like Fluttershy here, um, known for her friendship with Discord, that might have become like a myth and legend as well. So, you got things like that. You got, stories of maybe Applejack and her feats of strength and everything, and what, they've been capable of, and what she's capable of doing with that. So a lot of those kind of scenarios, like most of those could be true, But now that so much time has passed, like many, many generations, thousands of years, maybe more than thousands of years have passed, that they've gone into myths and legends. And this would not be the first time we've seen this portrayed in MLP. Remember in Generation 4, in the two-part Shadow Play Season 7 finale, you had an archaeologist basically, scoff at the fact that Raku's legend and all that was real and there's truth to it, until she apparently is proven wrong after Applejack, saves them from a freaking falling boulder that would have crushed them. So I think, again, basing, what we see with Sunny's house and the modern aesthetics in there and, amenities, we can kind of see that it does take place many, many generations in into the future as well, centuries, years, whatever you want to call it, moons. It takes place so far, along that, time frame that, as I said, a lot of what the main 6, main 7, main 8, if you will, and the friends had taken part in, I should say, has now become, the stuff of legend and myths and all that, which is why apparently during the time frame, a lot was lost in the translation of, harmony between all pony races, and probably caused the division, if you will, or at least, laid the basically kind of laid the groundwork for the dissension that would come. But anyway, though, this, like I said, getting back to the 1 minute scene to here, we got, like I said, the interaction between Sunny and Izzy is great. They're going to be basically and I think I'm not alone in saying this, they are basically going to be the Generation 5 equivalent of Twilight and Pinkie's friendship, because of how oddballish but, dynamic that was. Heck, you had most of the movie kind of dedicated to that, if you will. So, and then you had the Trivial Pursuit episode and all that. So you've had a lot of examples of the friendship being focused on because of its unique dynamic and oddballness and everything. And we can kind of see that here, in my opinion, with Izzy and Sunny. And again, it's just like a little hint, a little taste, an appetizer of what's to come within the next week. In fact, a week from this Friday, as a matter of fact. What we get here that was uploaded yesterday, now going to be Tuesday by the time you probably see this, is just a sample of, what like I said, what kind of, close friendship, those two are going to have in the film itself, as well as in the series moving forward. But if you haven't seen this yet, look it up. It's on the Netflix Features YouTube page. It is a minute long, and just out of that minute, you will get pretty much a good idea of what to expect. As far as the friendship, the dynamic friendship, the connection these two are going to have with each other, how they're going to bounce off each other, as well as, like I said, when you look around Sunny's house, you kind of get, the idea and maybe, feeling of how long into the time frame, this takes place, between, its present time frame and the time frame of Generation 4. And again, you'll also see basically, why a lot of people look at Sunny and Izzy as being the Twilight, being in the same mold and category, if you will, of a Twilight and a Pinkie. But I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys about that. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Check out the Teespring store. And again, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Check it out yourself. It's at the Netflix Features. And I will talk to y'all later.